Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. In today's video, I'll be outside starting my container garden. While I don't have a green thumb, I feel confident about this year's garden. I'll be planting fruits, vegetables, and flowers. If you're ready to join me in this endeavor, get comfy and let's get this done.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving.
One of the most important supplies that I'll be using in today's video is this Miracle-Gro potting soil. It worked wonders last year, so I'm not going to mess with perfection. I'll be using it to plant pretty much everything today. This is one of my Dipladenia plants. I purchased two to replace the two that I killed last year. This plant thrives even with my not so green thumb. If you saw my patio refresh video a couple of weeks ago, you may have noticed that I did remove the dead plants from both of these big flower pots. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just putting in the new one. There's quite a big divot in the middle where this one will fit in just fine, and then I'll just put some potting soil around it before watering. If you know me, you know that Dollar Tree is my store. So this well, besides Amazon, that trowel right there, that is from Dollar Tree. There will be quite a few other things that I point out in this video that will be from Dollar Tree.
This moment, can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
One of the items that I'll be planting today is mint. So I want to share 5 reasons for growing mint in your home garden. 1, it can be grown indoors and outdoors, in the ground or in containers. It can be used, or this is number 2, it can be used as a drink garnish. I've actually been using it myself a lot for homemade iced tea. Number 3, it attracts pollinators such as bees and butterflies. 4, it repels ants, flies, and mosquitoes. And 5, they are virtually maintenance free. You just add water.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here?
So story time. I do not have a green thumb, as I mentioned before, but I do have some gardening experience. I have quite a few starts and stops that I've done over the years. My earliest memory of gardening was helping my mom. My mom has a green thumb. I did not get that from her. I did not inherit that. But I helped her in her garden, and I do remember just a few things. I know I clearly remember helping her to plant some cantaloupe, but I vaguely remember that some neighborhood animals got to that. I also feel like I helped her with some marigolds and morning glory flowers. So Mom, if you're watching this, give me a call. Don't leave a comment. Give me a call and let me know if my memory is correct. Also, I don't live near my mom anymore, but when I used to live near her and I wanted to attempt some gardening, I would ask her to come to my house and help me with that, because I don't do worms. And I do know that digging into the ground I might encounter some worms, and I can't do that. I don't like worms. I am a former Cub Scout leader for my, I was a leader for my older sons. I was actually their Cub Master for some years. And when I would take the kids on field trips where we went fishing, as Cub Scouts, their parents had to go too, but when they would come up to me as the Cub Master and ask me if I could help them to bait their hooks, if they were not using fake things, I was not one to help them, because again, I don't do worms. But this container gardening is perfect for me. I don't know how long I'm going to keep these items in containers. I do, like as I said before, I am confident in my ability to get some decent gardening done this year. So I think if I don't manage to kill everything before too late, I will transplant these items into bigger containers, because as you will see, as I'm planting things, I expect some really good growth. So these small flower pots won't do. By the way, this flower pot right here is from Dollar Tree. Pretty much every flower pot that you see in this video will be from Dollar Tree. There are a couple that are not, and I might point those out if I do remember that, but so far all of these right here are from Dollar Tree. Let me take this moment to make a proper introduction. Hi, I'm T, a married mom of 5. 4 are young adults who don't live in the home anymore, and we are still raising our 10-year-old. We also are first-time grandparents to a 3-month-old granddaughter. On this channel, you will see cleaning motivation, DIY home improvement, and room makeovers. If this is something that interests you, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing so far. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. Your continuing support means more than you'll ever know.
I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder.
So recently I've been sharing good news and not so good news on my channel, and I'm going to go ahead and get into the good news from this week. I completed my very first Facebook Marketplace transaction. Oh my goodness. I am not someone to participate in those kinds of transactions. However, I really wanted something badly, and when I went to the store, I actually went to 2 stores to get it. I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, so I was going to settle for something that was going to require me to do some updates to it to make it just what I wanted it to be. But I had the idea, I had the idea to go onto Facebook Marketplace, type in what I was looking for, and don't you know it, I found 2 sellers who were selling exactly what I wanted, and it would not require modification. So I told my husband about it. I contacted both sellers, and we went and picked up this item from one of them. And so this is something that you'll see in an upcoming video. I'm working on a special project, so I'm really excited to share that with you. So I'm excited. That was a lot of fun, and I have been on Facebook for the past few days just looking at other things like, I wonder if anybody has this for sale. I wonder if anybody has that for sale. So yeah, that was good news for me for this week. Oh, and so I got the idea to do this Facebook Marketplacing from another YouTuber. I watch her videos all the time. Her name is Thrifty and Nifty, and she does a lot of this, we do similar stuff on our channels, but she also thrifts, and she talks about how she gets certain items in her home from Facebook Marketplace. So I will remember to tag her or put a link to her channel in the description box so that you can go check out her channel. don't know if you can tell, but on this day it is pretty overcast. In fact, it's going to rain later on. So I'm just giving each plant some light water because I know they're going to get drenched later in the day.
Liking for you is all I need until my heart.
So a couple of months ago, I made a YouTube short about how I discovered that Dollar Tree sells hummingbird supplies. So I picked up that feeder and this hummingbird nectar at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to actually use it today. My 10-year-old will be joining me to help me get this together, and then later on you're going to see him try to place it somewhere in the backyard.
And move out and be on your own. But no matter what comes your way, I will stay right here beside you to catch you if you fall.
So let's get to my not so good news this week. It's nothing bad. Well, that's why it's not so good news. But when I did my Facebook Marketplace transaction, I actually contacted 2 sellers. The one I was really hoping to get it from didn't respond quickly, so I took the offer from the other person even though it was more. And then I felt bad later because I had to tell the other person that I was not going to be picking up the item. I hadn't committed to her in the first place. It just was weird telling her that I was interested and I could pick it up anytime this week, and then she didn't get to me in time, so I went with the other person. How do you handle something like that? Because this was new to me.
Deep and abiding, liking for you is all I need until my heart gives in.
So here is my 10-year-old attempting to place the bird feeder on the fence. That was my suggestion. I'll tell you why later. But then he decided he was going to put it in a tree. He loves to climb trees just like I do. So you'll see him trying to climb the fence and the tree while holding on to the hummingbird feeder. And then he made a decision because I said, hey, you're going to have to do this every 3 to 4 days. You're going to have to take the feeder down to get it cleaned and put some more nectar in it. And you're going to have to put it back up. So he decided to put it back on the fence, but I did stop. I went to Dollar Tree today, of course, because I'm there like 4 or 5 days a week, bare minimum. But I went to Dollar Tree and I actually did find something that we can put it's a plant hanger, really, but I'm going to use it for putting the hummingbird feeder on it, and I'll place it down in the garden so that it's a lot easier to replace the nectar when needed. This is about a week later. I picked up several plants from, I believe, Home Depot, so I'm just going to repot those. I did not mention earlier that most of the vegetables that I planted, pretty much all of them came from either my local grocery store in their garden section. Meijer's like this big store, kind of like Wally World, but so yeah. And then most of them came from a farmer's market, though. It's not a farmer's market. What was it? It was a nursery on a farm. Farmer's market, whatever. Anyway, my camera keeps moving. It's really windy out on this day, so when I noticed that it wasn't right where I wanted it to be, I did fix it a couple times, but I did notice that I didn't know why it kept doing that, but now, looking back at it, I can see that it was clearly the wind, so please forgive me for the bad angles, but I'm just rearranging, or I'm arranging these are Asian lilies. I'm arranging them into a couple of flower pots. You'll see later on that I'm going to make a pretty big change to this arrangement because I put these on my front porch, but I wasn't all that excited about how they turned out.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high.
This is what the flower pots looked like once I planted them on my front porch. As I mentioned a moment ago, I was not happy with how they looked. They just looked like they were missing something. So in the next scene, you will see what I did to modify these 2 pots and make them more to my liking.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling
So here we go. These are wave petunias. I added about a dozen or so to each flower pot on the front porch because I wanted them to look fuller. And as you can see, the Asian lilies have started to lose a lot of petals already. Actually, they were losing petals in the beginning. So I decided to fill in these pots with these wave petunias, and I really like how they turned out. So this right here, this is back on the deck. I did not film myself putting these into the pots, but I did place them back on the front porch later. I don't have any video of that, but trust me, they're on my front porch, and I like how they have they've added a touch of spring to that area. These are cucumber plants. My 10-year-old used his own money to purchase the seeds and the planter there. He loves cucumbers. He's been eating cucumbers as a snack since he was tiny. So when they get bigger, I will help him to repot those so that they have a good amount of space to grow. I've just been showing you now what my plants look like. This is, I believe, yeah, this is 2 weeks later from when I first showed you what was in the video. So 2 weeks later, we have a lot of growth. This pot right here has some fruit. I think there's a honeydew melon plant, watermelon plant, and cantaloupe. So clearly those will have to be repotted soon. But right here, I have some hydrangeas. I love hydrangeas. And I liked how when I bought these two big ones here, they had some blue blooms. They're kind of purpley now, but hydrangeas do have the ability to turn blue if you get the soil just right. And I'm aiming for that for the ones that are already in ground. These two are scheduled to go, or they're, I'm planning to have those put in the front yard because we have two shrubs there that just died. They did not grow at all last year. So these hydrangeas will replace those out there. Again, as I mentioned before, I don't do worms, so I'm just waiting for the landscaper to come and do that planting. I'm also waiting for him to do some mulching because I'll show you my, at least the ones out back, I'll show you the two shrub beds. They need mulch. I don't mind doing the mulch. I think that actually might be fun, but he's supposed to do the mulching for us this year again, so if he doesn't, watch for a video because I'll be doing it myself. So here I'm just showing you a close-up of the different vegetables. I am excited about the idea of growing purple bell peppers. I've attempted to grow bell peppers in the past. I did not do well. In fact, I also attempted to grow some green beans. Those didn't do well either. Here is a surprise plant. So I walked into Costco and I was like, Costco would be like, hey, here's a tropical plant. And I'd be like, okay, I need this. My husband would be like, put this in the cart. And so this is how this tropical plant became a member of our family.
It's something about you I miss.
This Dipladenia is there are two of them as I mentioned earlier, but the other one is on the uncovered part of the deck. This is the only plant that will stay on the uncovered part of the deck. All of the other ones will stay out there where they are getting full sun. Over here is one of my shrub beds that we had installed last year. I don't know what any of those plants are called, but over here, this is my favorite one because this one's bigger and it has a lot of hydrangeas. So I don't know what's over to the far left, but there are two Incrediballs. So these white ones here, you see that giant weed. Need to do that too, but not today. So that's an Incrediball with the white blooms. This one right here is a mophead hydrangea. That one will be pink again this year. This one is another Incrediball. You can see the white bloom right here. I'm going to hold it up for you to see in just a moment. And then to the right of this plant is another hydrangea. So there are 5 hydrangeas in this particular shrub bed. And so far, all of them have some kind of blooms, but some of them have bigger blooms than others. There's another giant weed. And as you can see, there needs to be a lot of mulching done here in this yard.
Could it be we never had that kiss?
Well, we got it done. Thank you for joining me at the beginning of my gardening journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you would like to see this kind of content in the future but are not subscribed, click the subscribe button, and when you do, don't forget to click the notification bell so that you won't miss out on future uploads. Until the next time, stay blessed.
like